In this 24th lesson on the pentatonic minor scale, we are into the final two measures, measures 9 and 10 of the fourth and final melody in this series. So without any further ado, let's just get right to it. Okay, measures 9 and 10, the final two measures. Now we began the current phrase on the fourth beat of the eighth measure. And so we're finishing that mini phrase here at the beginning of the ninth measure on the fifth fret of the third string with your third finger, and then the third fret of the same string with your first finger, and then the fifth fret of the fourth string, third finger, back to your first finger on the third fret of the third string. Now we're going to move from primary 2 frets higher up to extended using your first finger to lead with the first, playing the fifth fret of the third string, and then the seventh fret with your third finger, same string. Now we're going to move over to the second string at the sixth fret with your second finger, and then your fourth finger at the eighth fret of the second string. Let's keep going into 10th measure. You're going to be playing the eighth fret again of the second string, back to the sixth fret of the second string, seventh fret of the third string with your third finger, back to the sixth fret of the second string, fourth fret of the second string, eighth fret of the second string with your fourth finger, back to 6, over to 7 on the third string, back to 6 on the second string, and wrap it up with the fourth finger at 8 on the second string. All right. Go ahead and rewind if you need to go through the explanation. All right. Now, I'm going to play through this for you so you hear what it sounds like. 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Okay, there you go. The final two measures. Now, before you put them together with the previous 8 measures, walk through this. Get it right, smooth it out, count it out, even put it to a metronome just to be sure that you're getting everything where it belongs. And if you need to rewind through the explanation and the demonstration, absolutely, go for it. Make sure you understand these 2 measures clearly. Then when you're ready to continue, we'll keep going. Okay, now comes the fun part. I'm going to play the whole melody for you at 90 beats a minute over the provided backing track. This is full tempo. So let me get that set up and I'll be right back. Okay, there you go. Fourth melody. Now, the challenge, as we have demonstrated after the second and third melodies, is to add this fourth melody to the mix, playing all four melodies back to back. But in order to do that, the first order of business is to find the tempo at which you can play all four melodies smooth and flowing with preserved technique and fingering back to back. If it's 50, 52, 54, that's fine. If you have a looper, record the rhythm part at that tempo and play all four melodies over it. If you're already at a tempo where there's a backing track provided, then by all means, say you're at the 60 beats a minute tempo, then put on that track, play all four melodies at that tempo. And then when you want to move up to the next backing track, if you don't have a looper, move it 2 to 4 beats a minute faster to 62 or 64 beats a minute. Stabilize everything, get everything smooth and flowing and preserving your technique at that new 62 or 64 beats a minute tempo. Then move up, and only then move up to 66 or, whatever's the next tempo, and work your way up to the next recorded tempo, which I think is 70 beats a minute. And then you can play to that backing track and sit there, get that down, get it all rolling off your fingers as if it's second nature, and then increase your tempo up to slowly the 90 beats a minute that you heard this fourth melody and all melodies played at in this series. All right, take your time. Speed is a function of time, familiarity, and repetition. All right, that's the formula. X equals time, familiarity, and repetition. In this case, X is the ability to play these solos is a function of time, familiarity, and repetition, because it takes time to get familiar with, and it takes repetition to, get yourself playing in time through that familiarity and repetition and so forth, right? Okay, so when you're ready to move forward, we'll be ready for you. See you then. Hi, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, it's free. Hit the red button down there in the lower right-hand corner. Below the video, there's a gray notification bell if you want to be notified when new content is posted, which we often do about once a week. I also have Outsmart Your Guitar over on Patreon. That channel features content that isn't included here on YouTube, so you may want to go check that out. There's 2 levels of subscription there, and we'd really love it if you became a patron and showed us your support there as well. All right? Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for your time. We'll see you soon.